How do you feel, before this beginning of the season? And it's been a tough season last year. What are your expectations before this season?
Well, I think personally, and I think as a club, we need to get back to winning ways in terms of the league, and the Champions League is always a carrot that we really want. But I think with the league, we was quite dominant for 2 years under Jose Mourinho, and now Manchester United, and credit to them, have been fantastic for 3 years, and it's very important. I think there's a real feeling between the players, and obviously the expectations at Chelsea now are so high that to win the FA Cup was great. We enjoyed that moment, but this year we want to go that step further. We need consistency in the league. We need to try and push for the Champions League, and that's why everyone's very focused coming into the season.
Yeah, and what do you think would be the most important thing? I know it's very hard to ask that, yeah. But it would be the Championship or would be the Champions League?
Well, for me it's the Championship, the Premiership back home, because that's how we kind of gauged. I grew up English, watching the Premier League or the league before that, and it's a lovely feeling to be the best team in your country, and I want to get that back because we've lost that for a few years. I think the Champions League is something that I would love to win as well. It's something that
What do you think about what is your early impression about Carlo Ancelotti? How is the pre-season going, in terms of physical aspect? Is it changing from Scolari, Mourinho?
Well, very impressive. I didn't know much about him, to be honest. I've never worked with him. I only spoke to a few players in the summer that worked with him. David Beckham had spoke very, very highly of him. He said he's one of the best coaches he's worked with, along with Alex Ferguson. And I can sort of sense that already. I think his strengths for me, that's in 1 week I worked with him, is being very close with the players. He's got a good relationship with his players, which I heard he had at AC Milan. And secondly, even in 1 week we've been working very much on the organisation of the team. And you know yourself, you need the team to be organised from the start. Yeah, it's actually changed this year. I mean, Scolari, we done quite a lot of running last year, without the ball. I mean, it was quite, running, and this year it's kind of a lot more running with the ball, a lot of football-based kind of stuff, which is, as you know, is always what the players want to do. Yeah, exactly. To do something that they're going to, bring into the game. So, from the first day I came back, we was playing small-sided games in training, working on keeping the ball, possession of the ball, trying to get your touch back and everything. It was 1 or 2 years ago. We've improved under Fabio Capello a huge amount. So,
do you think England can be a champion of the world?
It depends how we can keep improving. And then once we're there, we need to have our best players fit, and we need to be on good form, and we need a little bit of luck. There's so many factors. Yes. But certainly I think if you put the top 5 or 10 teams going into the tournament that you think can win it, I think we'll be one of them. So then it's up to us. So
you have a big season with Chelsea, but at the end of the year you might have a big end of the season or a big tournament with England. Mm-hmm. You have Fabio Capello as a national coach. Mm-hmm. You have Ancelotti. When do you start speaking Italian?
No, please. English, we travel very badly. We don't learn languages very well. I speak a little bit of Spanish, but Italian I kind of I don't think I'll ever get to grips with that. But I'm just surrounded by Italians these days, so it's nice. And the coach in front, they're very good. They're very thorough with what they do. One
last question: what did you think about Mourinho? Because it was your, the good year of Chelsea,
I'll be honest, I love the man. I think I love him as a manager. I think he's a genius manager, and I think in years to come will be when he wins more and more like he will do. Already he is, won so many things, but I think he'll be seen as one of the best. And as a man.